Greetings everybody, coming to you from my 2023 Nissan Versa S manual. So, kind of a little minor update on this car. I have had it for, I believe, 1 year now, so I think I could possibly officially call this the 1 year update. I think it's been a year. We might be a couple days off from that. I've got to rest this against the steering wheel so I can shift here. We got an unexpected stop. Well, I can't really say unexpected. There we go. Once I get it into third gear, I should just be able to leave it there. All right. So anyway, I'm at 6,500 miles, so this isn't my primary driver, but I do drive it a decent amount. Side note, I don't know if you can see that creek there. It's not usually that rough. We actually have a weather forecast coming up for tonight. That's going to be the worst weather I think I've ever heard forecasted in this area in my whole life. They are warning us of tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds, and there's like a 5-hour window for that, I think, starting at about 7 p.m. So that'll be fun. I'm gonna shift my cars around a little bit to get them as protected as much as possible, to avoid some of the craziness. It's been raining pretty solid for a couple days, and I think there's much more coming in the forecast. I think the car in back of me is in a hurry. I'm going to kind of slow down a little bit. Maybe they can pass me here. Somebody's coming. They're not going to be able to pass. Generally speaking, on some of these back roads, I go the speed limit because actually the cops around here don't have anything better to do than catch speeders. But you know, that's actually a good thing. It means I live in a pretty good area. But anyway, so that was some random stuff. But as for the car itself, the biggest news, and I get a lot of this information from commenters on my videos before I find it out on my own. So I thank you in advance to those of you who share this kind of information with me. So, for those who don't know, starting in the 2022 model year, for the Versa S manual, they did away with the push to start, and you actually have to stick in a key and start it that way. Well, once they made that change, there was a programming error, and whenever you stall the car or don't hold the key on long enough to start it, the glitch will actually cause the car to severely reduce power and create a dangerous situation. For actually months, maybe almost a year, I have been lobbying with Nissan and Nissan to try to get this fixed, and thank you to all of you who have filed complaints with Nissan. Nissan finally opened an investigation about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and one of the commenters on one of my videos said that when it happened to them recently, they took it to their Nissan dealership, and they actually got a very proactive service advisor, and he apparently pushed Nissan for a solution, and I guess there's a solution in the works. So right now it's like April 2nd, 2024, and my understanding is that a fix will be available within about a week. I'll keep people updated through my videos as to whether that actually happens or not. I'm scheduled to go in for an inspection sticker. I think it's June 1st. I can't remember what my sticker says right now. I'm going to do that and the oil change, and hopefully by then they have that software update ready to go. Once you know what to expect and you know what the problem is, it's not really a problem. And once you get good at driving a stick and get used to this car, it's really easy to not stall. You know, if it's newer for you, or sometimes people who wear bulky shoes while they're driving, it may be a little trickier to figure out where that clutch is going to grab. But I found it out. I made a video like on the first day that I had this car brand new. Mine didn't come from stalling. Mine actually came from the whole failure to start thing, because what I was wanting to do was an experiment to see if it had what I call bump start. In other words, you just bump the key to the start position and release it, and then it'll start. So basically trying to mimic the effect of the push to start. So you push the button and release it, and then the car's computer will go ahead and proceed to start it. So I wanted to see if that logic was still built into the system, and found out that it wasn't. And so then after I went to go drive it after that, that's when I noticed a very huge lack of power. Like I couldn't get the car up over 30 miles an hour. So that's when I started trying to figure out what the heck was going on. My dealer said could not replicate, and at the time they had no idea what was going on. So it just became this big saga, which seems like it may have a resolution here soon. So stay tuned on that. I think that's going to be great, especially if they issue a recall. I really think it needs to be a recall, because a lot of people with these cars aren't going to know that this problem exists until it becomes a dangerous situation. So that being said, I mean, other than that one really stupid programming error, the car's a good car. I mean, I haven't had any issues with it, and I expect it to last a long time. I think the engine in this car is a pretty well proven unit, and you know, I expect this car to go 300,000 miles. You know, it's of course with that much time, it's going to have its issues here and there. You know, just based on age and time and whatever. I'll probably never get that far on this one, since I have other cars that I drive more. But I do think if you're looking at buying one of these and you fully understand everything that you're looking at, I do think it's an excellent choice. It's a lot of car for the money. A lot of the standard features that it comes with are really amazing. I'm going to rest the phone on the steering wheel here and start out and shift again. So anyway, some of the standard features this car has, which is amazing at this price point, and especially with the manual transmission. It comes standard with cruise control, which I don't think was available on the previous gen verse for the manual transmission. It has automatic high beams. You can see there, I just turned them on. There's a little A there. It has a sensor, and it actually works pretty well. In addition to the backup camera, it has actually rear radar parking sensors, so it'll beep at you when you get close to something. And then it has all the standard safety features like the autonomous braking forward and rear, stuff like that, but I think that's required on all cars these days. The stereo system is actually really good. This is the bass 4-speaker stereo system, and I don't know if it's just because my expectations were so low, but it really sounds good. You know, well, and I can even say it just sounds good, period. Not it sounds good for what it is. It actually sounds good. So you have to check out the stereo if you go to test drive one of these. And then it has power windows with one-touch driver's window. I mean, it's just got a lot of stuff that you wouldn't expect on a car that you can buy brand new for $16 and change. For quite a while, these were really hard to find, but I think Nissan is ramping up production, so it may be getting a little easier to find a 24 model. So if you're looking for one of these, it's probably significantly easier to find than when I bought this one. And especially in the year prior, I actually tried to buy a 22 model, but my dealer never got one. I just could never find one. So, but yeah, overall, this car is great. I find it super fun and engaging to drive. The steering is very light at low speeds, but it firms up once you get moving. Oh, we got some flooding going on here. And it gives a pretty good steering feel while you are driving out on the road. And it's not by any stretch sporty by any stretch of the imagination, but it does feel good. The seats are comfortable. I've driven this car all day multiple times on long trips, and I do find it very comfortable. It's not fatiguing to drive the car on a long trip. And the manual gets not as good fuel economy as the CVT because it turns at higher RPMs, but that's baked into the price because the manual's significantly cheaper than the car with the CVT. I actually drove one of these as a rental car with the CVT. I did a video about that. And yeah, I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would. It really wasn't that bad. I don't know that I would actually buy one because I think this car is just made to be a manual. But I mean, that being said, it wasn't horrible, and you know, at like 75, 78 miles an hour, this one turns at 4,000 RPMs on the highway, and the CVT turns at like 2,000. And that's not a problem. I mean, these engines are designed to rev high all day long, not be a problem. I actually did a video for those of you who are interested in will driving at high RPMs ruin your engine. It's a common myth and misconception that it will. So if you're interested in that topic, yeah, go ahead and check that video out. And then also, I have a lot of people complain on my videos that I leave the car in third gear a lot and go between 3,000 and 4,000 RPMs. Yeah, it's not hurting anything other than maybe my fuel economy. And plus, it keeps the engine in the power band, and I just like the way it sounds. It's got a nice semi-sporty sound to it. So yeah, that's one reason I do that. I think it just makes it more fun to drive. So I just kind of leave it in third gear until, I don't know, let's see, we're going 45, 50. Yeah, this is about the max that I'll do for third gear. But anyway, so those are my latest thoughts about this car. if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something useful out of it. And if you have any questions or comments about Nissan Versas, let me know. I'll be happy to answer or point you to one of my other videos. Have a great day.